Well, hello there, motherfuckers, and it is time once again for your Impact review. Our car review. Impact in my car. It's probably wise not to get in Impact when in your car, but it's okay to talk about Impact while in your car. Anyway, this show wasn't absolutely terrible. A minor improvement over the past couple episodes, like over the past 2 months, but not much of a difference. But there were some wrestling matches on this show that actually didn't have any bullshit in them, which was much appreciated. Imagine that, wrestling matches on the wrestling show. Oh, thunk it. Anyway, we start off with Black Evolution, Kenny King, Bobby Lashley, and Eric Young. Starting off the show the same way they always do, just coming out MVP yapping. Eric Young is in the ring. I want a fair fight. If he's supposed to be like an imitation of Daniel Bryan, he's doing a pretty shitty job. Daniel Bryan didn't go out there and cry for a fair fight. He cried to have a match. Maybe you could make that argument. But the thing is, he faced two guys, of the biggest stars at WrestleMania, and it was practically a handicap match in essence. Eric Young, he needs to have it one-on-one. He can't take the heat, So they say if he can beat at least 2 out of the 3 guys, then he'll get a match. He'll be able to pick his own match, his own stipulation. So we start off with the first match. It's Bobby Lashley defeating Eric Young. What a way to start off the night with your world champion getting beat clean. Clean, motherfuckers. Who the fuck is booking this shit? To have the world champion get beat clean like this. Not even WWE would do something like this. To have right before the pay-per-view the world champion now. I could see other champions, but the world fucking heavyweight champion getting beat right before the pay-per-view. And it wasn't actually a bad match, it was pretty fast-paced, really no complaints about the match, but it's the booking, motherfuckers. The booking. What the fuck was up with the booking, man? That shit was just retarded. I mean, how the hell are you supposed to get behind the champion who loses to Bobby Lashley? It isn't even the guy he's going to face at the pay-per-view, and it just looked fucking pathetic to me. Then you had Magnus and Bram coming out, and they're cutting a promo about how tough Magnus is. It really doesn't make someone seem that tough when they have to come out and say that they're tough. Oh, I'm tough. I'm the baddest guy ever. Oh, fuck that shit. We all know he's a fucking pussy. We all know he was a pussified world champion. We all know that he didn't fit the part of a world champion. A world champion should be a badass, not a fucking pussy like Magnus. I mean, holy shit, the guy doesn't even look fucking tough. He looks like a male model, that's all it is. You don't look tough. So this whole ruthless gimmick, him being hardcore, I'm not really buying it. Willow comes out, and it's just fucking confusing. They make like he's going to be his own partner or something. I thought it was going to be like a handicap match. Then he just introduces Abyss. And where the fuck has Abyss been? We don't even get any updates on this guy. Is he injured? Where is Abyss? I don't see him. He comes out of nowhere. And all of a sudden he just reappears out of fucking nowhere. What is this fucking nonsense? Wrestlers just popping out of goddamn nowhere like fucking gophers out of a hole. They just appear. They appear out of nowhere. It's like a magic show. Wrestlers just coming out of nowhere. So they come out there and they beat up on Bram and Magnus, and it really didn't do it for me. I'm not getting behind this team of Bram and Magnus. If you people want to go ahead and do that, that's alright. I see people in the comments, they're like, oh, he was part of the Ascension. I don't give a shit. This is TNA, and he's not doing anything. Bram is just he popped out of fucking nowhere. They were trying to make, you know, Magnus have this hardcore gimmick, and it doesn't fit him. How can you give a guy a gimmick where, you know, he's not hardcore, he's never been hardcore? You just can't all of a sudden make him like he's some ruthless Cactus Jack or something. You know, this is Cactus Jack Magnus. Magnus Jack or something like that. You know, they're trying to make him all tough and shit like that. Get the fuck out of here. I ain't buying that for one goddamn minute. Then it was Nux defeating Robbie E, and this was basically the same comedy sketch from last week, just in match form. You know, just basically, you know, a bunch of zaniness. You got DJ Z, Zima Ion, blaring his DJ siren at Crazy Steve. Crazy Steve is honking back at him. You know, funny, but we saw it last week. We saw the same thing last week, and you know, this is annoying. Throughout the whole match, they played it, the Menagerie's theme. You know, it's getting fucking just... hearing that theme looped over and over, I feel like I want to fucking shoot myself in the fucking head. It's not that great a theme that I could listen to it for a whole goddamn match. I'm like, enough already. I don't understand, like, why the theme has to be repeated through the whole fucking thing. It's mind-numbing, and it was really grating on my brain. Then up next, you had EC3, Spud, and Brooke, and Bully Ray, and they're just talking, and it's really just fucking a weird segment, a weird fucking segment. People walking by hearing me talk about wrestling, they probably think I'm out of my fucking mind. Anyway, so they're just, basically, it's a little talk show segment here. They bring Brooke out. She returned. You know, another person that I didn't even realize was gone, but they came back. I don't even realize that they're gone half the time. Like, I didn't even realize that Abyss was gone. Just came back out of nowhere. Then, to no fanfare, they bring him back. They bring everybody back. You know, no video packages. They just return. And no one cares because nobody's anticipating these returns. They're just fucking returning. Sort of like a Jerry Springer type of segment here. Not anything funny really. They tried to do something like Bully Ray is the father, and I was like, I thought I should have laughed, but I didn't. I was kind of going like, pfft, like this is what passes as comedy, as entertainment here. And people criticize me, oh, you don't have a sense of humor. Come on, motherfuckers. You're talking about Brad here, the king of sense of humors here. And I did not find it funny. Sorry, but you gotta try harder. Bully Ray comes out, and, you know, how is this Bully Ray EC3 match gonna be at the pay-per-view? Just a little rant here on EC3. No fucking talent. They haven't beat Sting, they haven't beat Angle, they haven't beat all these legends. Just because you beat somebody doesn't make you good. Case in point, Randy Orton was beating all the legends on the roster, beating up everybody under the sun, and he still sucks to this day, motherfuckers. So there you go. A lot of people say I don't say bad shit about WWE in my TNA reviews. I just did. I talked shit about Randy Orton. Then it was Eric Young defeating Kenny King. Again, not a bad match. Kind of like the Lashley match, maybe even a little bit better. You know, at least he beat Kenny King. I'd be a little bit scared if he couldn't beat Kenny King before the pay-per-view. It's okay, a little bit of athleticism from Kenny King. I still stand by what I say. This man is not the same guy I saw in Ring of Honor that I thought could be the future. Just a very, very lame guy trying to act like he has swag and shit like that. You know, and he's not coming off as cool. He's like a fucking nerd, basically. Very fucking geeky. And I know people are going to come on this video and be like, you're the nerd! I am not, motherfuckers. This whole fucking roster is full of fucking nerds, geekwads, and losers. So, you know, Eric Young wins with the pile driver. At least they use pile drivers in TNA. Okay, here's another positive. let's all get behind it because they use pile drivers. Then you got Gail Kim defeating Madison Rayne and Brittany. And I was very bored during this match. They try to go for, you know, a high spot, a double superplex, and I'm still bored. It's just so fucking sloppy and poorly done. It takes them 10 years to set up for the high spot off the top. I mean, by that point, I'm already asleep. You know, by the time they climbed up there and they set it up, I was ready to fall asleep. Seriously. I'm like, who the fuck has patience for these knockout matches? The only funny part about it was, you know, how Velvet Sky had her arm around Mike Tenay and he had such a fucking goofy-ass look on his face. I guess that was slightly entertaining. More beautiful people interference. You know, wasn't this the finish to the Madison Rayne match last week or the week before? Whenever the fuck it was. Same finish. Same finish. It like, you know, how about a little bit of variety? The hairspray in the eyes, the same fucking thing being repeated over and over again. How about something new? He couldn't come up with a different finish at least. It's a little bit moronic when the same thing is repeated over and over. You know, there are people, sadly myself, who watch this show every week, you know. So something new would be appreciated. You torture us for 2 hours, at least give us something fucking new to look at. Then in the main event, it was Eric Young defeating MVP by disqualification. So Eric Young wins the series. You know, this match, it was pretty boring to say the least. You know, not completely horrible, but after MVP totally fucking missed the drive-by kick in the corner, there's your guy, there's your number one contender right there. You know, there's your number one contender. So Eric Young beats the, you know, he beats the series, he wins the series, and he's choosing a steel cage match at the pay-per-view. Against MVP. And here's the thing, motherfuckers. MVP ain't even gonna be at the fucking pay-per-view. He's injured. So instead it's gonna be against MVP's replacement. Whoever the fuck that is. So you're telling me that they can't even deliver on their main event? I find it a bit coincidental that Daniel Bryan isn't able to make it to the to that pay-per-view in WWE to Money in the Bank. So that main event is ruined. And now the main event for Slammiversary is also ruined. You know, this is crazy, you know. The same fucking shit, basically. I mean, I know it's not the champion who's injured, but, you know, everybody's getting injured and fucking good. Who the fuck wanted to see that match anyway? I'm going to try to review the pay-per-view. I'm going to try to watch it tomorrow night. You know, I really hope that I could sit through it without fucking vomiting, without fucking falling asleep. I'm more concerned about falling asleep. You know, I only vomit when it's truly disgusting. And, you know, this show wasn't truly disgusting. It wasn't a complete failure. But for the most part, I just fucking feel dirty watching this. You know, I could get through a whole fucking episode of Raw and I don't feel like I need to take a shower. I feel okay. You know, I'm like, you know, it was bad, but, you know, I could live. After watching TNA, the shit just feels so fucking cheap. So fucking goddamn cheap. I feel like I have to take 10 showers to get over it. And I have to take a fucking shower because it's fucking hot in this car. I feel, seriously, sweaty. It's hot. It's very humid. I could barely take it. And I feel like the same thing after watching the show. I feel like I break out into cold sweats. I feel very dirty. I feel fucking sweaty. I feel like I fucking need to kill myself, motherfuckers. Holy fucking shit. You know, that would be the ultimate torture. To fucking sit in the sauna watching this fucking shit for, you know, like on a loop for 6 hours. That would be ultimate torture. Oh shit, man. Fucking hot. Yeah, so not completely horrible, but this Impact shit, it's not going to get any better. You know, it might be like a little bit better like this show, but it ain't going to get any much better, I'll tell you that right now, motherfucker. Alright.